In 2018, KFC ran out of chicken in the UK. Yes, a chicken restaurant without chicken. Over 900 stores shut down, chaos, memes, and angry tweets everywhere. But instead of hiding, KFC owned it, running a bold ad with their logo rearranged to say FCK. That single ad turned outrage into applause. People loved the humour and honesty. KFC proved even a crisis can build loyalty if handled with creativity and humility. Sometimes a good laugh is the best PR strategy.
Alright everyone, I straight come to the point. We have 600 store out of chicken and the media is calling it biggest fast food disaster. Like really, I want to ask you, this is a disaster, what went wrong?
The problem is at DHL's rugby warehouse. Some chicken was not stored properly, the delivery trucks didn't go out on time, our logistics has failed us miserably.
But we switched to DHL to cut the cost and now we can't even upgrade our core business. That was serious.
According to my report, store managers are furious. Customers are shouting their staff. Some of our employees have been sent home without pay because the shops can't open.
From an ethical standpoint, this looks terrible. We have prioritized cheap labor over reliability. Employees lost wages, franchisee owners are suffering losses, customers feel disrespected.
Listen, I have crushed your shirt today. My staff are crying. We told headquarters that switching from Midwest, who had 6 warehouses, and to the DHL, which have only 1 warehouse, this was the bad decision.
See, I really understand your problem, John.
No, you don't understand. I'm losing thousands of dollars every day.
There are videos circulating, customers queuing outside closed doors. News channels are literally mocking us. Memes everywhere.
Look, DHL said they can fix it in 4 or 5 days.
But we don't have 4-5 days. Stores are dying right now.
Our responsibilities of workers and we need to compensate them.
Just bring Midwest back. They were doing the great job.
If we really cancel DHL, we pay them termination fees. Alright, so here's what we will do. Firstly, we'll temporarily reopen the operation with Midwest. Only they have the infrastructure to supply 900 stores immediately. The second thing is all employees will be compensated for their lost shift. We owe them that for sure. The third thing is DHL will remain a parcel logistic provider, not primary. They need to rebuild the trust. The last will be EMA will release a public apology to all the customers, and yes, we'll address the chicken shortage directly with transparency.
I will release a statement today. We are sorry, a chicken restaurant without chicken, that's not ideal. We are working flat out to fix it. We keep it honest, human and like humorous. That should calm the public.
Okay, great, so let's fix this mess and let's make sure we never put cost over reliability again. Okay, great job.
Hi, I'm Ayush Bajaj, representing the franchisee owner across the UK, and today I want to share what this crisis look like from outside. I have 12 stores in the UK and forced to shut down today. Employees calling me and crying and saying customers were yelling at them for something they had no control over. And every hour a store stay closed and we lose money. Beyond leadership months, along that switching from the Midwest which having the 6 warehouse to the DHL which have only 1 warehouse was risky decision. One point of failure could shut down the entire country, but no one listens to me. Now here we are, franchisee owners are losing thousands of pounds every single day. We are paying the rents, electricity and salary, but there is no business. We are responsible for supporting our staff, but without operating running and how we do survive. I want to be very clear, and we are not against improvement or cost saving, but the transition was rushed and poorly planned and lacked the real consultants with us.
Morgan, CEO of KFC UK, I was here with the better news. But today has been one of the toughest days in our company's history. Over 600 stores of are out of chicken. Yes, a chicken restaurant without chicken, the media is calling it the biggest fast food disaster. And honestly, I feel it like that. But I want you to explain what really happened. I truly take the whole responsibility and talk how we want to fix it. So we recently changed our logistic partner from Bitways to DHL. The idea was straightforward: reduce the cost and streamline deliveries. On paper, it looks smart, but in reality, it has turned into a disaster. Delivery got delayed, truck didn't move on time, and now our employees are suffering and customers are upset. Franchisors are being losing thousands of pounds every day. As a CEO, this is very painful moment for me. We made a decision seems to be financially efficient, but we didn't consider the operational risk that's on us. So here, what we are going to do, I'm going to take you through all these things. We are temporarily resisting the Midwest because they have the infrastructure to immediately supply nearly 900 stores. We are compensating employees who lost wages. We are also working in DHL rebuild reliability slowly, not blindly. And yes, we believe transparent with the public. Honesty is the only way forward. The crisis taught me something important, that cost saving means nothing if they break the trust. And reliability is not an option, it is the backbone of any brand. We really look into this to fix the problems and we will come back stronger. That's a promise from the KFC.
Hi, I'm Tom Walker and I'm the Supply Chain Director for KFC UK. I have the supply chain routes in front of me and I want to explain what actually went wrong in the logistics that led to the major crisis. Everything began when we shifted to DHL as a new delivery partner. The goal was to modernize the supply chain, lower costs and make it more efficient, as I can see it in my supply routes. But the transition was much more complicated than we expected. DHL centralized all operations into one warehouse, the Rugby Depot. Bidwest previously used 6 warehouses to cover the entire UK. That meant if one warehouse had a problem, others could still keep the stores upshipped. But with just one warehouse, a single failure shut everything down. Once DHL officially took over, the first shipments didn't leave on time. There were major scheduling mistakes, traffic delays and even cold store problems. Some chicken wasn't handled properly and that means we could not send it out. As a result, store shelves went empty, employees had no work, customers showed up to close doors and franchisee owners panicked. I'll be honest, I should have assessed the risk better. I focused too much on cost optimization and not enough on capacity, infrastructure and reliability. This was a blind spot and it cost us. Right now we are working around the clock. We are coordinating with Bidwest for immediate emergency deliveries. We are reviewing DHL's processes and demanding improvements. And we are redesigning the supply chain so that this kind of bottleneck never happens again. This incident has taught me that logistics isn't moving boxes. It's all about people, livelihoods, customers and trust. I take responsibility and am committed to making sure we fix this immediately.
Hello, I am Operation Managers at KFC UK. I work directly with store managers and staff, and honestly, this crisis has been heartbreaking. Since morning, my phone hasn't stopped ringing. Store managers are angry, staff members are scared, and customers are frustrated. Some stores has to close because they simply had no chicken to cook. Employees showed up for their shifts only to be sent home without pay. Many of them depend on every hour they work to support their families, and now they are financially stressed. It's painful to hear employees say things like, "Is the company even thinking about us?" And I don't blame them. Every store depends on smooth deliveries. When the supply chain broke down, it wasn't just a business problem, it became a human problem. I also knew that we tried to save money by switching providers, but cheaper isn't always better. They proved that. I have spoken to franchise owners who are losing thousands every single day. They invested their lives into these stores they trusted to support them. But right now, they feel abandoned. I want to assure everyone, employees, managers, franchise owners, customers, that we are fighting to get operations back to normal. We are opening to supply through Bidwest temporary became to have that capacity. We are working with DHL to fix storage routes and timing issues, and most importantly, employees will be compensated for their lost shifts. This crisis showed us that people must come before profit. As an operating manager, I will fight to make sure we will never let this happen again.
Hello everyone, I am Ethics and Compliance Officer for KFC UK. My job is to look at our decisions not just from the business perspective but from an ethical standpoint. And I need to be honest, the entire crisis has raised some serious concern. We have prioritized cost cutting over reliability. We have underestimated the risk of shifting from 6 warehouses to 1. We didn't fully consider the financial impact on employees and franchisee owners. And now customers feel disrespected and disappointed. Ethics is not about avoiding mistakes, it's about acknowledging when decisions harm people. Right now, thousands of employees lost wages because stores couldn't open. That's unacceptable. Franchisees owners invested their life savings in these stores, and today they're losing money, though no fault of their own. Customers showed loyalty to us, and we let them down. From an ethical viewpoint, our responsibility is clear. We must be transparent, we must take accountability, we must compensate fairly.
Hi, I am Emma Collins, Head of PR and Communication for KFC UK. Right now, our brand is facing a big public crisis, and the internet is really reacting to it. In the last 24 hours, we have seen videos of customers waiting outside closed stores, upset and confused. News channels are making fun of us. Memes are everywhere. And the headlines like KFC can't find its chicken are spreading very fast. Our reputation is being damaged every minute this continues. People don't only want chicken, they want reliability, honesty, and trust. When we fail at that, it turns into a national joke, and that hurts our brand in long term. So here what we are going to do on the communication side. First, transparency. We are preparing a public apology that is clear, honest, and human. Some like, we are sorry. A chicken restaurant without chicken is not ideal. We are working as fast as we can fix this. Secondly, consistency. We will update customers every day on social media, our websites, and the apps. We will keep our communication simple, humble, and humorous because that's part of KFC lifestyle. But we are also staying serious because people deserve proper information. We will explain the Bidwest is coming back temporarily to help steady the customer supply. We will talk about the support and compensation for our employees. We will support the public that we are not hiding anything from them. A crisis doesn't destroy a brand. A crisis will never stop us from doing anything ahead. Silence, excuses, and slow actions do. A crisis doesn't stop a brand. Silence, excuses, and slow actions do. We are choosing honesty, speed, and transparency because the only way to earn people's trust again, and we will do it.
Hi, so this incident taught us a few theories about the business ethics, which are the first one was utilitarianism. The idea was an action is ethical if it creates maximum overall benefit and reduce harm to the largest number of people. How it applies to this KFC theory? The first one was KFC chose DHL to save the cost, thinking it would be beneficial to the company. But the outcome caused massive harm to the customers, employees, and franchisee owners. The decision doesn't make and maximize overall happiness, it creates suffering. Ethical learning was that decision must consider long-term outcomes for all stakeholders, not just for financial savings.
Second one is virtue ethics. The idea that taught us the ethics depend on the character, intentions, and the value of the decision makers. That's honesty, fairness, and the trust. And this theory, how it's applied to the KFC theory. Leadership show courage by admitting mistakes and publicly apologizing. They demonstrate the fairness by paying the employees for the lost shifts. Transparency and humanity helps the restore trust. Ethical learning, leaders must act with the honesty, courage, and the fairness during the crisis decision making.
The last theory that we learned from this assignment was stakeholder theory. The idea behind the stakeholder theory is that a company's decision must benefit all stakeholders, not just shareholders. So stakeholders include customers, employees, franchisee owners, suppliers, community, media and public, and lastly, logistic partners. How it applies to KFC and our particular case today. The supply chain change impacted every stakeholder negatively. Prioritizing profit harmed the entire brand ecosystem. Reinstating bid waste and compensating workers is a stakeholder-oriented correction. What is the ethical learning that we learned from this? Ignoring stakeholders lead to crisis. Engaging them leads to recovery. Thank you.